All right, we got another gem from me, Dave Rubin. Okay, so I actually pulled this from the Dave Rubin Reddit, which is apparently a Reddit dedicated to hating on him. Now it seems kind of weird because why would his Reddit hate him? I don't know. Don't ask me. But they do post lots of real gems, and we're gonna watch one of them. It's only a minute and 26, a minute and 30, and Dave Rubin does his usual. He will play a clip of someone saying something crazy or a tweet that's stupid, and he won't really defend it, but he also won't say it's bad either. Like you literally have him say anything. So let's see what he's going to get into. He's going to go, man. I feel like the feelings of this world is changing. The wokeness is just people are just kind of tired of it. And okay, hit it, Dave. Let's go.
It's
Oh,
absolutely disgusting. But we are watching them usher in evil. And until we actually acknowledge that's what it is, guys, that's what it is, well, then we're in a lot of trouble. I want to read a tweet from Harmeet Dillon. You guys know Harmeet Dillon. She's one of the best First Amendment lawyers in the entire country. She's been on the show many times. She ran to be head of the RNC. It didn't work out for her, but she just spoke at the RNC, actually. And listen to this. She wrote, if this shit were happening in another country, an assassination attempt on opposition leader, disappearing the current president, and installing a puppet regime overnight, the UN would send special forces and the warmongers would start to feel a little tingle up their legs.
okay. So before we get to Dave Rubin's wishy-washy response, you know what it's going to be. Uh, this is crazy. Okay, assassination attempt. Yeah, she's talking about the assassination attempt on Trump, which I think we're all horrified by. Um, but okay, there's assassination attempts in other countries. I mean, Mexico, I think is up to. I'll pull it up, but it's up to like 35 assassination. Actually, I'll look it up right now. Okay, so I was gonna go to a news article, but sure, Wikipedia. Why not? Why not? List of politicians killed during the 2024 Mexican elections. So we're up to 60 politicians have been killed in Mexico, and they list all of them. And it's all cartels, armed assailants, kidnapped and tortured. Who is this? A mayor, federal deputy, local deputy, mayor, municipal commissioner. Oh boy, trans woman. Yeah. Shot by armed assailants while working at a clothing store. Okay, so you don't have to go that far. It happens in Mexico all the time. They're up to 60 assassinations. And I think this year alone, they said like the last like 6 months because they're going through an election. So assassination attempts happen in other countries. They happen in other countries way worse, way more than our country. But the assassination attempt against Trump was terrifying because it was the front runner for the election. But then we get stupid. Disappearing the current president. Biden is going to make a statement, I believe, in the next couple of days. Who disappeared? Once again, is that a conspiracy? He's disappeared? And installing a puppet regime overnight. Ridiculous. So it's like reasonable assassination tip of oppositional leader. Yeah, that's horrible. Disappearing the current president. Well, nobody's disappearing him. He's old and feeble and going to be stepping down. And installing a puppet regime overnight. Ridiculous. Joe Biden doesn't want to run for a second term. Good. He shouldn't run for a second term. In fact, Harmeet Dillon doesn't want him to run for a second term. So this is the thing. You can never really satisfy people that are really too far to the right. I'm somewhat on the right, but these guys are on another level. Like, everyone wants Biden to step down or not run for a second term. She gets her wish, and then she says he's being disappeared and installing a puppet regime. How is it installing a puppet regime? The election hasn't even happened yet. She doesn't want him to run. He decides not to run, and so they have Kamala Harris, who is the VP. The UN would send special forces, the warmongers would start to feel tingle up their legs. I mean, once again, just so stupid. There's African countries that have coups every 4 seconds. The UN's not sending in special forces to all these African countries to take them over. How many wars in the Middle East are there? The UN's just going in and sending and taking over those countries? No, I think you would need more than an assassination attempt that didn't work. A president who said he's going to not run for a second term, not even stepping down. He's not even stepping down this term. He's just not going to run for another one. And then installing a puppet regime. That's not even true. So Yeah, let's get to Dave Rubin's response where he goes, I think the wokeness is in. I think she's on to something here. The feeling he one thing about him, he never addresses anything specifically. He'll never go, wait a minute, the first 2 points were right, but the third was wrong. Or the first point was right, but the two there were wrong. He'll never do that. All right, I'm rambling too much.
eggs. Like, that's kind of right. I am not for the UN taking over the United States, by the way. It is the most evil, corrupt organization in the history of the world since the Legion of Doom in the DC Comics. But that aside, something weird is going on here. Somebody tried to kill Donald Trump last week, and now Joe Biden is out, and this is just happening right in front of us. And I know we all got our own problems and our own families and our own jobs and a whole bunch of other stuff, but like, we better see what's going on here because something is, to quote Homer Simpson, something's really rotten in Stinktown. We will get to some of their other lies in just a moment, but let me tell you guys about Moinkbox. Guys, 60% of U.S. pork production comes from one company owned by the Chinese, and their hogs are given ractopamine, which is banned in 160 countries, including China.
That's his response. Did you like it? Was it very specific? Did it address all the points that he agreed with, disagreed with, the ones where he thought she was making a good point, just all this stuff? Or was it you could have just done a copy and paste on any tweet that's ever happened where someone's bashing the left? I got to give it to Rubin. Let's give him a round of applause. It's just kind of one of those things where it's like I feel that they're getting more and more evil, and if we don't stop them now, we don't know where this is gonna lead. It could lead to some bad things. There's some bad people out there within their intentions. Like, these people are just like, and then he makes like a corny like Transformers reference. These are just like Bumblebee from Transformers. Well, that's Dave Rubin. I mean, what do I even have to say? Well, I did say it. I will say it. And we'll cover him more, but he's something else. I guess you could say Dave Rubin is someone who just kind of is one of those people who sort of kind of is just like he's getting some of the things right, but some of the things wrong, and it's just like there's like a feeling in the air yeah, holy shit. I like specifics. Address each one of these. Say what you agree with. Say what you disagree with, but he'll never do that. Toodles. Stay tuned for more Deep Rubin content.